Hi guys. Ooh. So it's 8 a.m. Woke up a little bit ago. Looking like a bit of a mess, so that's cool. So first things first, I need to do something about this mop on my head and this thing I call my face. What do I have to do today? I've got to tidy up a little bit. People are coming over tonight because my brother's going to Japan on Sunday, and so family is coming over to say goodbye and all that jazz. Roadtrip have a new cover out. I might react to that on the vlog. I don't know, pretty quiet day. My younger siblings are home today. It's a Friday, and they're home from school, and I'm watching them because they're sickly and poor little things. They're sickly. But that's kind of it. I do have a math test on Monday. It's my final math exam for the semester, so I need to study for that a bit more. So I'll probably time lapse that when we get there. Yeah, maybe I'll just react to the road trip cover while I'm taking care of this monster right here. I don't know. I guess you guys will find out. You'll see it. So let's go. Alright, hi everybody. So, this is gross. I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm getting a bit sick myself, so I'm just trying to function the best that I can. Roadtrip TV. So yeah, apparently they had a new cover come out last night, and I'm going to react to it whilst taming the mess that I call my hair and face. The hair's not too bad. Face is a little bit worse. Don't know what I'm gonna do to my face yet. I never know what I'm gonna do with my face. I'm gonna get my hair out of the way first before I start the video. You know what's really exciting? I just heard that Hercules, they're doing a stage version of Hercules with Krista, what's her last name? Krista Rod, I think. And the original voice of Hercules is playing like Hades, and I love it because Krista is amazing. I watched her in Spring Awakening, and she's just amazing. Alright, so let's click on this video, get started while I take care of my face. Do I need to put my headphones in, don't I? And probably help with the audio for me in editing. Headphones, I keep saying headphones, they're earphones. My headphones broke. I don't know why. Gotta check them out, see if I can salvage them. But if not, then I do need new headphones, so I guess let's start watching this while I...
Anything she needs, she can call me. Don't worry about it, that's my seat, dog, that's on me. Just know if you cross her, then you cross me, cross me, cross me.
Okay.
Anything she needs,
ooh, I like this.
Don't worry about it, that's my seat, dog, that's on me. Just know if you cross her, then you cross me, cross me, cross me. If she was with no other man.
Ooh, funny.
Me and her are something different. I really need you to understand.
A few of you were very nice in leaving their names in the comments for me, so thank you.
And I don't ever wanna run around. I spend my youth jumping in and out.
Okay, Brooklyn, I see you. You know, but turns out it was Jack the one I was freaking out about, so.
You know I stay tripping, I'm crazy. Oh no,
nice.
I'm sticking with my baby for
Is this
sure.
one from their house?
Yeah, solo. Doesn't matter where we are.
I watched a few of their vlogs. I say a few, I watched a lot of their vlogs. Over the past week. I haven't watched all their covers yet. So.
Anything she needs, she can call me. Don't worry about it, that's my seat, dog, that's on me. Just know if you cross her, then you cross me, cross me, cross me. If you cross her.
I really like Jack's voice. I can't emphasize on that. I think I say it far too much. Rises is also gorgeous, so like his voice, I think he has like a bigger vocal range than me, and I'm not happy about it.
Know why you're not gon' do. Stand there across from me like you got kung fu. Dead stare across your arms, run your mouth like a faucet. You don't know that my girl been doing CrossFit.
I like this, it's really good. I've never heard this song before, so. Sorry about that. My little brother just came in. Like I said, I'm watching them, so I have to unfortunately be a responsible person. Let's keep going. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I love those harmonies. Those 3-part harmonies get me every time.
cross her, then you cross me. And nobody's coming close.
I will say that like that part that Rye did that Jack's been doing, they both just do it really well. They both have very diverse voices. They all do, but I love it.
Oh, I think that you should know. She stayed tripping and she crazy. Oh
Oof.
no, we're messing with my baby for sure. Together or solo, it doesn't matter where we are. No, no. So if you hear about my lady, just know that she ain't the one to play with. Oh no, now he's standing so close. So you know that if you cross her, then you cross me. And nobody's coming close, yeah. And I think that you should know that if you cross her, then you cross me. So come on and let it go. Oh, I think that you should know that if you cross her, then you cross me. Just know if you cross her, then you cross me, with you.
Well, that was, my face is yellow right now. That was interesting. It wasn't, I liked it. I really did like that. Never heard the song before. I think it's a good song though, like their version. Like I was saying, I haven't watched many of their covers, but the ones I have aren't just always from now. Like I watched a few of their older ones that Deanne, my best friend, made me watch, and I do have to say the difference from back then, which was like, I don't know, a year and a half, I don't know how old those covers are, but from like then to now, the difference is like astounding. And you know, I think it's so cool to see that, to see how somebody's personality and see how somebody's person can change as they grow and evolve, because I'm pretty sure Brooklyn and Jack are the youngest in the band. I feel like the changes for me personally is most noticeable in Jack when watching those older covers, but there is like a difference in the way he carries himself and in the way he presents himself as a person, and I think it's really cool to see, and I really like seeing it. I love their harmonies. They have really good harmonies. It's not easy to harmonize, no matter who you are, really. It's not that easy to harmonize, so, you know, props to them. Yeah, no, I liked it. It was good. Now, though, I do need to take care of the rest of my face, because can't go around looking like a zombie all day, can I? So, while I'm doing my makeup, I'm just gonna have a little chat with y'all. So if you haven't gathered, I am in year 12 currently. I am finishing off my year 12 studies. That means that next year I will be going to university. And it's a big scary thing, and it's frightening to a lot of people in a lot of different ways. God, I know I'm like terrified, but like I feel like I have a very good support system in place. I'm very fortunate with who I have around me and the family that I have. And they're all very supportive of me and whatever I want to do. Like, it didn't matter what I wanted to do. My family was going to be there to support me. My mom has always encouraged me to do whatever it is I want to do with my life, be it singing, acting, theater, even though they're not very, they don't have a very large success rate in those fields, but, you know, she has never told me not to do something if I wanted to do it, unless it's, you know, like, jumping from the roof on a trampoline or something, you know, like, you know what I mean, like, with life goals and such. She has never told me no, she has never told me I couldn't do it, and I'm very fortunate to have her. But as we're drawing closer and closer to the end of the school year, I'm definitely, like, feeling the pressure a lot, and I feel like I've just set these expectations up for myself, and the hardest part about it is that I know that these expectations I have for myself, no one else has. They purely come from my own mind and my own insecurities, and it's hard to deal with. It can be really hard to deal with as a 17-year-old who's trying to figure out, you know, what she's gonna do for the next 3-4 years of her life. Because I also don't believe that what you do in uni is what you'll do for the rest of your life. I always think you can change and go back and learn more stuff. Realistically speaking, it is what you are going to be doing for the next at least 3 to 4 years of your life. So it can be pretty scary, and having somebody there to talk to is like one of the most important things. I've got Deanne and I've got my mom, but a lot of people don't have anybody, and it can be really hard to make it through those final years of high school. If you don't know, I'm Australian, so we kind of have a bit of a different system to a lot of other places in the world that most people know about. The one thing I can say is if you work at it, you'll achieve it, which doesn't really help much because I'm doing OP, and my year is the last year that's doing OP before we switch over to the new system, which is the ATAR system. So, you know, I don't know how useful my advice is going to be, but like the one thing I've learned and the one thing that I have tried to strive for is not giving up. I started out at a private school. I left and I went to a public school where most of the kids from my primary school had gone, and where Dan had gone. And so I was there from about year 8, end of year 8 to end of year 11. Like, I loved it there to a point. Your typical, school, nothing really special about it. They did have a dance up program, which was really nice, and I enjoyed that, but I don't know, there was just something about it that wasn't right, and I had friends, but I just didn't particularly like the environment that I was in. I was getting sick a lot, and I was being diagnosed with anxiety and depression and all of these things at the end of year 11, and so throughout all of year 11 I was dealing with coming to terms with the fact that, I always thought I might have them, but I was actually diagnosed with these things. Like, a doctor told me, you're not insane. This is what you're dealing with. You have anxiety, you have depression, and it's okay to have these things. And so that was like a big deal for me, because I've grown up in an environment where those kind of things don't exist. They just don't really consider them to be actual things that people have to deal with and people have to go through. And so finding my way, navigating my way through my family and my mental illness was a real challenge, because my family loved me and they try to understand, but they don't always understand. My mom has always been really great about getting me the help I need, and I'm very thankful for her. But a lot of my other family doesn't really understand why some days I just want to sit in my room and not do anything, or why some days I don't want to get out of bed, or don't want to talk to anybody, and I snap sometimes. And it can be really difficult, especially when you have a family that is as close as mine. Like, all of my cousins, my aunts, my uncle, my abuela, my abuelo, we're all just very close. And so it can be hard dealing with a family who doesn't understand when you're that close, because there are some days where I just want to hide away in my room forever, and there are some days where I just want to scream, because they're trying to talk to me, they're trying to get me to talk to them, they're trying to get me to interact with people, and I just can't handle it. Like, I just don't want to be there, and I don't want to talk to people. And so that can be hard to deal with, and learning to deal with that is really difficult. But my family's always been really good about dealing with it, and so I feel like that really helped me a lot. But eventually I did have to move schools, because I had missed a lot of school, just because I was home a lot, learning how to deal with all of this stuff. But yeah, I was learning how to deal with all of this stuff. I was learning how to handle being who I was, and it wasn't the easiest thing in the world, and it was difficult and it sucked, but I'm finally at a school now where I feel comfortable and I feel like I'm achieving something that I've always known I could achieve. I'm doing all of that stuff that I, for a period of time, thought I couldn't do, just because I doubted myself, and because I thought that this thing that I was suffering from would stop me from that. And the fact of the matter is, it doesn't stop you. You stop yourself. If you have faith in yourself, if you believe you can do it, if you trust in others around you to help you do it, you can achieve it. That was something I really struggled to learn, how to let go and let others help me, because I like to be independent. I like to do stuff by myself. I like to figure things out. But there are times where you can't just do it all by yourself. You have to have that help. You have to ask for that help. You have to hand over the reins. And as somebody who doesn't do well when she doesn't have control, that was really hard for me to learn how to do. But I'd like to think I got to a place that is better than what I was at before, and I'd like to think that I have started to achieve that, and I've started to overcome those battles that I was facing and those mountains that I had to climb, to get to a place that I'm happy with, and to get to a place that I know I can do anything. So for those who need to hear this today, know that I believe in you, know that many other people believe in you too, and you can do it. You can do it. It doesn't matter what anyone says, it doesn't matter what your teachers say, it doesn't matter what your parents say, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. If you know you can do it, you can do it. So that was just me getting a bit sappy on you guys. I've just been feeling a lot of pressure lately to do really well, and it's not pressure put on me by my family, it's not pressure put on me by my teachers, it's been pressure put on me by myself, because I always put so much pressure on myself to do things that I don't need to do. I know that I need to hear that sometimes. So for anyone who needs to hear that, for anyone who needs to know that there's somebody out there who believes in you, then I will be that person for you guys, and I believe in you, and I know that you can do this, even if you don't think you can. I'm also stressing out about uni, because now I have to figure out what uni courses I want to apply for. I have to figure out what it is exactly that I'm interested in studying. I went to Griffith Uni the other day with my school, which, if you don't know where that is, it's a Queensland university that's kind of spread all across southeast Queensland. It's got a few different campuses all across southeast Queensland, and it's a really great university. And to be honest, I never had really considered it, but when we went on our, you know, field trip excursion to Griffith, they said some really good things about their support systems that they had in place for kids with anxiety and depression and other disabilities. And so, you know, that kind of sold me over a little bit. I haven't really heard that from any other university. So, you know, I think I decided on wanting to go there. Now it's just a matter of figuring out what course I want to take and what I want to study, and if I'm going to do it part-time, full-time, you know, like what I'm going to do with my life. And it's terrifying, but it's time to start thinking about it. You know, the school year's drawing to a close, so I really do need to get on top of that. So my camera actually ran out of battery whilst I was filming the end of that, but finished off my makeup, did my hair, and yeah. So I did film more stuff for today, but I think I'm gonna leave it at that. It was kind of a bit of a deep talk today. I'll leave the other stuff for next week's video. But yeah, I think that's all. So if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I'll put my link to my Instagram in the description if you want to follow me on there. If you have any video ideas, leave them in the comments below. If you didn't like anything about this video, leave that in the comments below as well. But I think that's it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye!